Hi everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are doing well. In the previous lesson, we learned about the sentence and its types. And today, now, we are going to learn about the phrase and the clause. All of you might have heard about phrases and clauses, and they are nothing but the part of the language. Generally, when we speak, when we write something about a particular language, it can be any language, not only English. You take any language. Generally, when we write or speak something, what we write, what we speak. So generally we write in words or sentences, we speak in words or sentences. And these phrases and clauses are nothing but the part and parcel of a sentence. And now we are going to deal with the definition of the phrase. Phrase. What is a phrase? A phrase is a group of words that has no subject, no predicate or no verb and no complete meaning, and generally a phrase begins with a preposition. So this is the definition of a phrase. Once again, a phrase is a group of words that has no subject, no predicate or no verb and no complete meaning, and generally a phrase begins with a preposition. Now let us focus on a very simple set of examples. For example, the sun rises in the east. All of you just have a look at the examples. The sun rises in the east. They sat under the bench. This chain is made of gold. Instead of Hindi, she selected French. She has been learning English. It being a rainy day, we didn't go out. These are the examples. And if you observe, if you focus, I underlined a particular part of the sentence, each sentence. The sun rises in the east. Here I underlined in the east. They sat under the bench. So, if you have a look at the examples, at the underlined part especially, in the east. So, in this underlined part, it is a group of words. There are three words in this group, in the east. And in the second example, it is a group of three words, again, under the bench. And in the third example, it is a group of two words, of gold. And in the fourth example, it is the group of two words, instead of Hindi. Instead of Hindi, three words. So, in the fifth example, it is a group of three words like has been learning. And in the last example, it is the combination of it being a rainy day. So, in these examples, all the underlined parts are called phrases. If you focus on the examples, once again, only the underlined parts. In the first example, in the east, here it's a group of three words I told, and it has no subject. Subject means the doer of action. The doer of an action is the subject. Here there is no subject, there is no verb or the predicate, and there is no complete meaning. Is there any complete meaning here? In the east, is there any complete meaning? No. No subject, no verb, no complete meaning, and generally a phrase begins with a preposition. Not necessarily every phrase. Still, generally a phrase begins with a preposition. So here preposition is in. In the second example, under the bench, a group of three words that has no subject, no predicate, no complete meaning, and it begins with a preposition under. And in the third example, phrase, the underlined part is of gold. It has no subject, it has no verb, it has no complete meaning. It doesn't have any complete meaning, and it begins with a preposition of. And in the fourth example, instead of Hindi, in this underlined part, instead of is a preposition, and this underlined part doesn't have any subject, doesn't have any verb, doesn't have any complete meaning. And in the fifth example, has been learning. Only if you take the underlined part, it doesn't have any subject or verb or complete meaning. And of course, here it is not beginning with any preposition. And if you take the sixth example, it being a rainy day, this underlined part is also a phrase, and it doesn't have any subject, any verb and any complete meaning. you might be thinking, it being a rainy day. In this part, it is the subject. No. Here, the main part of the sentence is nothing but we didn't go. Here, the subject is we, not it. And once again, if you come back, the definition of the phrase. A phrase is a group of words. See, in all the examples, in all the underlined parts, all these are groups of words. In the east, under the bench, of gold, instead of Hindi, has been learning, it being a rainy day. All these are groups of words, and in all these underlined parts, there is no subject, there is no verb, there is no complete meaning. And in all the four examples, the sentence begins with a preposition in all these underlined parts. So we can call them phrases. And now coming to the types of phrases. There are different types of phrases like noun phrases, verb phrases, adjectival phrases, adverbial phrases, prepositional phrases, absolute phrases, apposite phrases. Like this, there are different types of phrases. It's a separate topic. We'll see them in the next video. Okay, and now let us focus on the definition of the clause. What is a clause? Now, let us see the definition of the clause. A clause is a part of the sentence that has the subject and the predicate of its own, that may have its complete meaning, may not have the complete meaning. For example, if you see, if you work hard, you will win the match. If you work hard, you will win the match. In this example, in this single sentence, we can observe there are two different parts. The part one, if you say, if you work hard, part one, if you work hard. Here, in this part, subject is there, subject you is there, predicate, verb, work is there, and complete meaning. What about complete meaning? If you work hard, you take only this underlined part. Is there any complete meaning here? No. Complete meaning is not there, but still, it is a part of the sentence. It has its own subject, it has its own predicate. So, it doesn't have complete sense, complete meaning. So, it is known as a subordinate clause. It is known as a subordinate clause or dependent clause. And if you observe the second part, you will win. In this second part, you will win, subject you is there, will win, verb is there, predicate is there, and complete meaning is also present. In this part, you will win, complete meaning is also present. So, you can call this as a main clause, MC, main clause. So, in this first example, there are two different clauses. Part 1 is subordinate clause or dependent clause. Part 2 is a main clause or an independent clause. In the second example, if you take, if you ask him, he may help. Part 1, if you ask him. In this part, subject is there, you, and ask, verb is there, and complete meaning. Is there any complete sense? No. If you ask him, that's it. There is no, what will happen? We are not telling here. So there is no complete meaning in part 1. So it is a subordinate clause. If there is no complete meaning, it is known as a subordinate clause or a dependent clause. And if you take the second part of the same sentence, he may help. Here, subject he, may help, verb, and complete meaning. All the three factors are fulfilled. That's why it is a main clause. It is a main clause. And if you observe the third example, she tried well and succeeded. And here, part 1, if you take subject, she is there, tried, verb is there, and complete meaning is also there. She tried well. All the three factors, subject is there, complete meaning is there, and verb is also there. So, this is called a main clause. And if you observe the part 2, second one, succeeded. Succeeded means she succeeded. She succeeded. She, subject can be taken in the part 2 also. So, she, subject is there, succeeded, verb is there, and complete meaning, she succeeded, complete meaning is also there. So, it can also be considered a main clause. There are two main clauses in this example. And if you take the next example, run fast or else you will miss the train. Run fast or else you will miss the train. If you take part 1, run fast, Here subject, you think that there is no subject. It is an imperative sentence. Generally, in all the imperative sentences, subject is omitted, but we think that subject is present. It is understood. So you run fast means, you run fast. You run fast or else you will miss the train. Here subject is there, though it is not written. Verb is there and complete meaning is also there. Subject, verb, complete meaning. That's why it is a main clause. Or else you will miss the train. In this part 2, you will miss the train. Here also subject, verb and complete meaning. All the three factors are present. So it can be a main clause. So these are the examples of class, and classes are also of different types. As you can see here, subordinate clauses, main clauses, and noun clauses, and adjectival clauses. These are the four types of clauses. And regarding the types of phrases and the types of clauses, in a separate video lesson, I'll come up before you. And that's all for today. Bye bye. Have a nice day. Thank you.